Welcome to Vamos Rams Player Interview presented by California Resources Corporation. I'm Troy Santiago with my partner Ricardo Lopez Juarez, and today we have our Super Bowl champion center, Coleman Shelton. Coleman, it's great to have you back. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for stopping by. We are really excited to have you because the 11, the offensive line, obviously it's different than the last year. How do you feel now you're back in the team with the leadership and you are the veteran now?
Yeah, it feels great to be back. Happy to be back in LA, be back to where I'm from, and be back with the guys. It's the same old line from 2023, so I know them well, and we're clicking and we're doing good, we're feeling good, and it's nice to be able to kind of go out there and know where everybody's going to be and know how we're going to play.
First of all, you are from LA. How was that Dodgers championship?
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was a fun Saturday night in the hotel, and I was standing up screaming at the TV when Miggy Rojas hit that home run, so I was fired up for him.
He was mentioning about you coming back to LA. The Rams like you so much that they brought you back, but that year in Chicago, it was a challenging one for you, but clearly made you a better player. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a good learning experience for me. Going out there and being in a different offense at the new team, and I learned so much. And I met so many great guys, and it was overall a great experience. And to be able to bring what I learned there and bring it back here, and kind of take everything that I've learned and to make it in my 8th year and kind of keep going. So it was a great experience to be there, and happy to be back.
Time flies, and I'm pretty sure when you growing up here in Pasadena, you never been dreaming how special it will be that Super Bowl 56 when the Rams winning everything in Southern California.
I know, it was amazing. It was, being from Pasadena, like you said, and then having the Super Bowl in LA, playing for the LA Rams, you couldn't really draw it up any better. So very fortunate to be a part of that team, and, nothing but great memories.
How was that experience? Because I can imagine how many members of your family and friends ask you for tickets that Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a lot. I got as many people there as I could, a lot of family. So it was fun to have everybody there watching, and just to be a part of it.
Coleman, you are lucky to be the center for Matthew Stafford, especially now that he's playing probably his best football in his Hall of Fame career. How does it feel to be the guy snapping the ball for that guy?
No, as you said, I'm lucky. It's awesome to be able to play with him. He does so much to make everybody's job easier around them, and he gives everybody confidence to go out there and do our thing. As long as we're protecting well and giving him his time, we just trust 9, and he's going to do his thing. So it's super fun to be able to play with him, and so fortunate to have that Hall of Fame quarterback behind us.
In that regard, this offense is number 1 in the league in passing yards, in passing touchdowns. What are you seeing from this offense? I mean, you have Steve on your left, you have Kevin to the right, the tackles, great playmakers, but from your position as a center, what are you seeing in this offense?
We're clicking well, and as I said, we played together in 2023 as an offensive line, so we kind of, now that we're back into it, 8 games in, kind of feeling good, feeling like we're clicking offensive line and knowing where each other's going to be, and then the skill position players, and like we said, Matthews are just doing their thing. So as long as we try to give him as much time as we can, we're going to make a play and just kind of hold up.
Talking about that, chemistry is everything in the offensive line. How do you guys build that trust and timing with the rest of the guys?
It just starts every day at practice. Going out there and talking to each other, communicating. That's a big thing for me, like knowing how guys want to hit things, how we want to communicate at the line of scrimmage, and then just going out there and executing it, starting on, walk through, practice field, and then doing it in the games. Just having confidence to go out there and just let it rip.
Ricardo, talk about Matthew Stafford, but what about the tandem we have on the running backs? Karen Williams has been doing really good, and then Blake Corum this year. I mean, it's like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kyron's always out there doing his thing, and it's fun to see Blake just continue to get better, and he's been grinding, and it's fun to block for those backs. They got a lot of energy, a lot of juice, and kind of go up there and, push the pile and do whatever we can to help them.
We are seeing in the NFL this trend of more an additional offensive lineman or an additional tight end in a very higher rate than in the past. Coach McVay, he doesn't necessarily bring another offensive lineman, but he brings 1 or 2 extra tight ends.
Or 3.
What or 3. What do you think about this trend, and what do you think about what Sean McVay is doing in this regard?
Yeah, we got so much depth at tight end. It's like, why wouldn't we put them in there and let them do their thing? It's fun to have that package and kind of get big and just know what we're going to do on offense. And all the tight ends are playing great, and it's fun to have so much depth there and be able to do our thing.
Where is the league going heading to with this trend of making a bigger offensive line overall across the league?
I couldn't tell you what the trends are. I just follow what I'm told to do. But I'm not against it. I always like getting big and going out there and doing our thing.
Let's talk about the game because this Sunday is going to be a huge game, especially after what happened on Thursday in week 5. But what are the keys to victory against the 49ers?
Just trusting the process. It started a day. It started a day in practice and walkthroughs and meetings. Just going out there and focusing on what we have to do to go win this game. At the end of the day, it's about us, and it's how hard we strain and finish. And we just got to go out there and play our game and fight to the last down.
The division, the West, is the only division where there are 3 teams with at least 6 wins. It's super tough, and Arizona looks like they are reacting, like coming back. Like, how you see this, divisional fight going into the second half of the season? What are you expecting from these teams?
Yeah, a lot of great teams in the NFC West, but I feel like it's been like that for a long time now.
Okay.
Always kind of gonna have to fight through the West, and a lot of slug fights, a lot of big knockout punches and all that. So it's always a fun to play divisional opponents, and you got to go get those.
And it's going to be back-to-back. First the 49ers, then the Seahawks. And pretty much we have the toughest schedule remaining in the 2025. So how Sean McVay approach that situation? Because obviously the Rams are the team who travel more miles than anyone in the NFL this year. And with that tough calendar, how he can manage the room and what they tell you guys?
Well, really, it starts just one day at a time. You got to focus on that next opponent, and we're not looking ahead. We got the San Francisco 49ers this weekend, and that's who we're focusing on. And then we'll cross the next bridge when we get there. But really putting your head down, focusing on day to day, and going to do what we can do, and just work hard.
We don't have the chance to talk to us NFL center very often, so I will ask you, like, what the center that you grew up like admiring? What you became a center in the first place?
My dad played offensive line, so I always figured I was going to be an offensive lineman. There are so many great centers out there. Thinking back to where I went to school, University of Washington, Olin Kreutz, who was there, and he was a pretty special center. So it's always fun to just watch them and learn from them. And just so many great centers have been through the NFL, and it's pretty amazing to be able to play the position and just learn from all the greats that were before me.
And as a center, you also see the defense, and you guys had Aaron Donald back in the day, but is this the best Rams defense you have been around?
They swarm, don't they? They run around fast, and they do a lot of different stuff on defense, and confuses other offenses. I remember Camp being out there, like feeling like I'm looking at a bunch of different things, not knowing what's coming. So it's fun to be able to play against them and kind of push ourselves to go out there and play against a super talented, super fun, super young defense.
And I think the best part of you are our center. It's you know exactly what happened in each position of the offensive line because you play all of them.
Yeah. In college, yeah.
In college,
college, yeah. I played
exactly.
mainly inside in the NFL. I'm a little too small for tackle, but I'll give it a shot if I have to.
Absolutely.
That's great. Let's have a little fun because I want to know more about you. Do you have any hobby?
Hobbies. Well, right now, it's not a hobby. I'm a dad, so I'm out
Okay.
there. I got my daughter. I love the golf, but I'm not doing that too
Changing
much.
diapers is not the definition of a hobby.
Who is the funniest guy in the online room? I pretty much know the answer, but we want you to tell us.
Kevin Dotson's one of a kind.
Kevin Dotson.
I love K. Dot.
Instead of Steve Avila.
Steve's very funny. I find K. Dot just as funny though. So.
Oh wow!
What's the funniest thing any of those guys have said during a game that you were like, oh man, why you said that at this moment? Like,
I don't know, man. We got a great room. At the end of the day, we're all really connected and we're really really close, and it's fun to be with everybody. And everybody's got their own personalities. So.
yeah.
Any chance we can see you jump like Steve Avila did against the Jaguars or no?
No, that's not. I'll let Steve handle that. He's got younger knees than me at this point, so I'll let him do that.
Then, if the offensive line form a band, who will be a vocal, the drum, and the lead guitar?
Oh goodness.
good one.
Vocal. I'll give it to Kevin Dotson. He's always singing.
Okay.
You got to put Big Rob on the drums because he's holding down fort. Guitar. Dave Quessenberry. I feel like he'd rip on guitar. And then bass, I think you can put. Let's go with DJ Humphreys on bass. We'll have a little older band, veteran group there. They'll know what they're doing.
Okay.
What about you?
Me, I'm in the background having fun.
Stage manager.
I saw you that LA Kings Rams game.
Yeah.
You were having fun there. Maybe you can be like
Hype man,
animation.
sure. Yeah, I'll have some fun. There you go.
Coleman, thank you for stopping by. We love you to have you in the team again. And anything that you want to say to our fans?
Just thanks for being here. Go Rams. I'm excited for this season.
That's great. That's great. It's a wrap from Coleman Shelton, Ricardo Lopez Juarez. I'm Santiago.
¡Vamos, Rams!